Um, but yeah, man, welcome back to another episode. We are on a roll today. Film diaries non-stop. Larry looks tired as hell. No other choice is today's film diaries. Yeah, we'll definitely get into it. I personally have a lot to say about the movie. But yeah, came out recently. It's been out since 2025, but it came out in cinemas like just this week, I believe.
Yeah.
Um, we were. I was thinking about watching at the BFI, but obviously this was early Kentish,
October.
so I was like, yeah. I remember Josh suggested it. I just kind of brushed it, to be fair, because we could have actually watched it if I actually showed some like actual interest in it. But I was just like, I kind of brushed it, and then last minute I was like, oh, this actually might be a good idea. But we could have saw that. We could have saw many movies there as well. But anyways, next year. There's always next year or this year actually. But yeah, I'm one of your hosts. Got to introduce ourselves, Law. I don't know why that's funny. That's my name.
It's not funny.
Who's next?
I am one of
To
your
my,
other.
to my left. Sorry. Okay.
I'm one of your other co-hosts, also known as Joshua. As you know, that is actually my name. So here we go.
I'm the final co-host. The co-
You gotta remember, there's audio listeners though.
There's what?
There's audio listeners. They don't even know what you're doing.
Oh yeah, you got to explain.
Yeah, you gotta explain.
Doctor O. Surname starts with O. Dr. Octavius.
But yeah, this is another.
I'm working on getting it soon.
We love that. We love that. But yeah, today's another episode of the Film Diaries. First one in February, so it's a brand new month. And yeah, should be more good films and more shit films coming out this month. I can't wait.
Say them in chest, bro.
So yeah, can't wait to review them. So yeah, might as well just get straight into it. No other choice.
Yeah, no other choice. Directed by South Korean filmmaker Park Chan-wook. Now, I don't know if you might have watched my January reviews, but I watched one of his films. I put it at number one because ultimately that film, you guys have got to watch it. It changed my life. Well, it didn't change my life, but I was bewildered at the end of it. So it's called Old Boy.
I watched 10 minutes of it. I watched on a plane, and I don't think it's a plane kind of movie.
Oh no!
So yeah, it's not a plane kind of movie. So I only watched 10 minutes. I was like, okay, I might need to save this, but it's been a long time. So I did see on your number one. I was like, okay, I'll add it to the list.
Yeah.
I wonder what Larry watched. I don't even know what Larry watched either.
Oh my days, bro! Old Boy. I know Larry will like. If Larry watched it, he'll be raving about this film. But Old Boy, he also directed this Old Boy, man. But yeah, that's another story. Might do a film club on it one day. But yeah, directed by.
What's it about Old Boy? Because I've heard it. I've heard of it.
So basically, it's a guy that gets taken captive for like 15 years, and he's basically getting revenge on the people that put him in captivity. Right. But then you find out like the wider picture, and it's crazy. But yeah, no other choice. South Korean director, South Korean film. I just want to say, I can't believe this film wasn't on the list for best international feature for the Oscars. I'll be honest. I think it should have at least a nomination, but that's just me, innit?
Which ones were on there? Sentimental
Value,
Secret Agent. Secret Agent was there, no?
Secret Agent. I can't remember the other one, but yeah, Sentimental Value, Secret Agent. But I feel like they should have been on there. But
womp womp. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, carry on.
Well, yeah. Obviously, the film follows a family man as he loses his job that he's been working at for 25 years. And it shows what he has to go through to try and get the job back, what it goes through to eliminate the competition, and how it impacts his family, those that are close with him. So, my question, actually, whose question should we start with? Whose question makes more sense for like an intro?
Would you not want to start with thoughts before,
Okay,
or do you
guys,
want to go straight?
thoughts, initial thoughts after obviously you guys just watched the film, innit? So, thoughts,
I can
opinions.
start. For me, it was an unorthodox film. When I saw the trailer initially, I had like an idea of what I thought it would be like, but upon watching the film, it was the complete opposite. It was literally just about a regular man that lost his job,
Mm.
but the only difference is he's willing to push to crazy limits and do crazy things just to support his family. So yeah, it's very, very unorthodox, but yeah, I quite like it.
Me personally, I've watched the movie 2 times in the space of 3 days, and I will say,
You fell asleep.
um,
Fell asleep.
no, I'm not a fan of the movie.
No fun.
I,
Yeah,
Fairs.
I'm not.
elaborate. Why?
Fairs.
For me, I felt like I couldn't really. I don't think they gave us a proper reason to kind of root for the main character. I feel like with Marty Supreme, like you kind of hear what you kind of understand why he's so driven, but I felt like the reasons they gave us for the killing he goes on, the what's it, what would you call it, becoming a serial killer, pretty much.
Yeah.
The lengths he takes, I don't think it was justifiable, and I'm not sure if that was intentional because it shows that these people are middle class and they didn't really they only had an idea of the suffering that they will take if he doesn't get a better job. But I don't know if that was intentional because they're middle class and it kind of shows the kind of disparities in the middle class, like the myth of the safety net in middle class, or
Mhm.
it just was done poorly. And I'm kind of leaning towards the it was done poorly side because I kind of compare it to Breaking Bad because with Breaking Bad, like you understand why Walter. I don't know why I always use Breaking Bad as an example, but you understand why Walter White goes on becomes a kingpin pretty much. Like you understand, but for me, I didn't really, I didn't really get it, and I didn't really agree with it, and I didn't feel like, oh, okay, I understand why he's doing this. I understand why he feels like he has no other choice. And I personally, I
Yeah,
didn't.
so I was gonna ask.
Mm.
So, do you think he had other options instead of eliminating the competition?
I don't think it's 50-50 because after like watching it the second time, I kind of realized that he is like a bad. He's like nervous, like he's not
Mm,
really comfortable speaking. That's why he always like writes
yeah,
information
I
on his
understand.
hand and stuff like that. So I don't. I think that's the only choice that he genuinely can think of because he's not a good candidate at all. Um, but what was the question again? Sorry.
He did.
Like, do you think he had other choices? Like, could he have done something else?
100% there's other choices, but
Mm,
he didn't want to sell the house or he didn't want to downgrade pretty much. He wanted to stay in the middle class bracket and um anything that's like selling the house or canceling his wife's going tennis and all that kind of stuff, all that is pretty much you're not middle class anymore. You're now with the working class and
mm.
that's what he was afraid of. Um but yeah, like I said, my main thing is I just didn't really side with the whole plot, to be honest. Um,
So,
felt a bit flat for me personally. Hey, Josh.
That's actually fair to be honest, because it's funny you say that because we're getting into the film now. The first kill,
Mm.
when he arrives at the guy's house, the guy's drunk, and he pulls the gun on him, and he's basically explaining how the guy's lazy. He could do other things. You could build a cafe. You could. You don't have to just be lazy, and he's saying he has no other choice. So it's funny you say that, but I feel like he obviously has other choices. Like in the real world, you have other choices. But I feel like in his mindset, like you said, he doesn't want to sell the house. He has sentimental feelings towards the house, obviously. Obviously, he's lived there since he was young, and I just don't think he was ready to downsize. I think he's 25 years he's been working there, and I feel like he feels more betrayed by the company than. So I feel like he feels more betrayed by them, and he's probably thinking, why should I, like downsize? Why should I reduce my life because they're being rash? At the start, when he's talking to his colleagues, he's saying, in America they say you just get axed. You can see how he tries to be like a good speaker, but he's obviously not. But I feel like he is more against the actual company, the whole system. But yeah, the only way to get further up is to eliminate. He realizes to eliminate his competition. And I think it's just something he's used to. Like he said, paper. The other guy was talking about how paper is on the money he made is from the paper. The cigarette stuff is from the paper. He said something like papers fed me. So where would we be without paper? So I do understand why he feels attached to the whole business of the paper business. And it's kind of funny that they used like the paper business to be the main profession in this film, because like ultimately paper is like everywhere. There's a lot of imagery of like trees and stuff. But paper is like a facilitator. Like everything's like, well, most things are like made of paper or wood or whatever. But I just feel that's how I feel.
But it's interesting that you kind of say that, because I kind of disagree, and obviously I disagree with the fact that he's like against the company. I feel like, well, in sociology we talk about, like, it's gonna go to your question, but we talk about capitalism and how when you're working, your bosses. How do I explain this? Your entire like personality becomes your job,
Yeah.
and everything. And once you lose that job, and once you lose that safety net, everything like kind of falls off, and that's what you kind of learn from like that's what kind of happens when you're in a capitalist society, because there's no safety net. They're not going to help you, and the help they even provided was even crazy in itself. And I feel like maybe that's even like kind of true in maybe South Asia, in South Korea. Like they kind of show those these kind of things. So when I watched Rental Family, like I actually found out like there are actual people that rent out scenarios to trick other people, and like these are actual things that happen in Asia, which is crazy to me. So I kind of even believe that there are actual communities where they do that whole like tapping the head. I'm gonna be the head of the house, all that kind of stuff. Like I feel like those things are really real over there. So me personally, I kind of don't think is much to do with him fighting the job, because then he would kind of target the people higher above. And I wish that he did. Personally, I'll get onto it later, but I wish that he did. But instead, it's kind of talking about society and how he's against the people that he's competing with. So yeah, that's my opinion.
Like you said, I mean, I feel like a lot of us, or men in general, obviously head of family, a lot of like head of the family. You gotta, be the guy that goes to work, brings in the money, and I feel like a lot of like males attach like their worth to a job. So like you said, once you lose it, it's all gone. Like as a personality, it's all gone. So, I mean, I do understand I'm not saying I understand the killings, but it just shows how the extent he's willing to go through, because he doesn't want to like go down another route.
Do you think they purposely made it about like serial killings just to show and like emphasize the desperation that the average man goes through when he loses his job?
Yeah, definitely. I felt like they chose to do the most extreme thing possible.
Mhm.
Obviously, I don't think I don't think those things will actually happen. Well, you never know. Actually, people are crazy, but yeah, definitely it was like intentional, just to show like this is quite serious. Like this is. I'm even trying to think. Like when I was watching it, I was trying to think: is there like a real life? Like, can it be like an analogy? Explain it. Like in today's world, is there an equivalent to the movie's version of killing people in real life? Like,
I don't think so.
I would say
Probably.
just go on, Larry.
I was gonna say the famous saying "dog eat dog."
Bro,
mm,
I was gonna say, yeah, like
It's,
literally chatting about your coworker, or not chatting, using your
talking down
coworkers.
on them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
To propel yourself. And
Mm,
for someone that's quite naive, you might just see it as nothing, but
mm,
stuff that's like behind like closed doors, stuff that's being said to you, it might not be like explicitly killing, obviously, but in a way like they're killing you, but not literally. But they're like,
mm,
if they're talking down on you, saying, why is this person in this position? If they're envious of you,
mm.
I mean, yeah, I guess the whole killing
mm,
thing's a metaphor. So.
yeah. And there's stories where a minor incident could happen, but someone goes to HR, the person's fired, just like that.
Exactly.
Mm,
So in that sense, you've killed someone.
mm.
So it's all kind of linked for me. So yeah, I feel like the killings represent. It's just showing how extreme his desperation was, and like the reality of unemployment and like the competition for workplaces, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Do you agree with not agree, but do you is it just not justifiable? That's even the wrong word.
Yeah, yeah, it's
But do you understand? Do you understand?
yeah.
Do you
I do, to be
understand?
honest,
Hmm.
because
Well, in the movie sense, you understand like why he's done this.
I mean,
Do you think the reasons was like fair enough though? Me, I just don't see if he really hit rock bottom. I was comparing it to the way we've all watched Parasite, innit? Parasite,
Mhm.
like we actually see how they're living. It's a
That's a real, yeah, that's a real like
that's
slums.
real that's
Mm,
real suffering. But again, like I said, it's like the safety net of the middle class that they're scared that her daughter is not gonna have cello
hello
lessons.
lessons.
Like
Mm,
cello, that's not no working class like type of still working class. That's like the piano. Even though the piano is still something that can be like taken very far, but it's like piano is like a cheap like you can anyone could do piano. £10 an hour, all that kind of stuff. But cello is
hello,
like
yeah, that's
prestigious.
very,
Mm.
very like prestige.
So yeah, but that's
Mm,
what I kind of got about the movie. It was more about social class. It was like I don't know. I feel like there was too many elements of like when it comes to like masculinity, um, even like feminists with the woman just staying at home, accepting everything that was given to her. I didn't really like that as well. Social class, capitalism, imperialism, AI. I just felt like there was a bit too much going on for me, and I kind of just wish they kind of just stuck to like two main points and like proper hit it home there. So
mm.
yeah, that's where the movie kind of falls back on for me. But it was a hard watch. I went to the cinema. I walked out halfway through.
cap.
Yeah, but I
Oh
was just like,
man,
'cause it was late, and I was just like, oh, I'm not feeling this. I just can't stay here for another hour. I'm sorry. So
What?
and I
fam,
felt weird walking out as well. I was like, I'm just walking out with my coat on. Do people even realize that?
Can't lie.
I didn't-
walking out like it's a lecture. The timing is not good.
That might be a fine, you know. Walking out of a cinema, that might actually be a fine, I'll be honest. You have to find this guy, fam. You have to. I feel like they navigated all those like topics, I feel like they navigated it quite well, because I feel like that is like reality. Like you have families that are set up like in a traditional way. The mum will probably be more like a housewife. The man will go and work. His income is probably like enough to sustain. Like we saw the house he was living in. We saw like his greenhouse. Like his income is probably enough for the whole family. Like the daughter, they both children have hobbies. They've got 2 dogs. So I feel like it's just the reality, to be honest. Like you're gonna have those different types of topics or like sections in your life. And I think they went about it quite well, to be honest. I feel like you guys kind of answered my question. I was like, what does it say about capitalism?
Well, to be fair, there's one thing I missed. Was the ending. I feel like it kind of focuses on how like replacement, like how technology and like AI and all these kind of things are like kind of replacing actual like workforces.
People, yeah.
Yeah, so and that's what is kind of creating the competition, and all these things are kind of being taken away because of profit. People are just numbers at the end of the day. The reason why they got rid of all those people is just to make more profit, because AI is a lot cheaper than actual yearly wages. So yeah, it was definitely quite interesting. Didn't expect the ending really as much,
Really?
but no,
Oh, you didn't
I
expect
didn't
it? You
really
didn't
know.
like it?
I didn't understand it, to be honest. It was just the daughter
What
playing
part
the
didn't
cello.
understand?
It was just the daughter playing the cello. I just didn't really get it because they kept saying that she doesn't play the cello in front of everyone, and all of a sudden now she wants to play it. I was like, oh, I, I don't know. I just thought it was a bit random. Like if everyone left the house and then she was playing it to the dogs, but I'm just nitpicking a little bit.
I mean, in terms of the ending with the AI, I mean, I like how that was like sealed off, because ultimately it's ironic that he was killing his competition, but now there's literally no more competition. And I like how that was like towards the end, because that kind of literally suggests that that's the future we're going into. Like ultimately, these jobs that we're like killing each other for, you don't know how it's going to be in the next couple of years. The cello thing, she said she doesn't play cello to them, and it's funny because the wife of Mansu, she was obviously like, she was wondering what is her husband doing. She was always like thinking. Then she finds out he's buried one of the bodies under in the ground. I feel like when she finds out what he's done, but she's seen the result of what's happened of him killing people. He's got his job back. He's got money.
Yeah.
They can keep the house. The dogs are back. I feel like she's just come to like a certain acceptance of what he's done, because she's complicit in what he's doing. If we're being real, I feel like she's complicit because she knew. I mean, she knew in the end when the son told her he saw the husband. I don't know if he saw his dad wrapping that guy up, or if he saw.
Yeah, he saw
It was
he thought
just
it was a guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, he thought it was a guy,
yeah,
and then his mum told him it was a pig, and then he
yeah.
believes that it's a pig. Yeah, so but it actually was. Yeah, he saw.
But yeah, ultimately, I think that she has like come to a certain understanding of what her husband has done, because throughout the film, these things she's FaceTiming, saying thing, what's on your face, what are you doing, why have you got snake bite? Then at the end, she listens to her daughter playing the cello. It's like she's almost understanding. Okay, you killed all these guys. I'm hearing my daughter playing the beautiful cello. That song at the end, by the way, I was like, I think she actually played. She has to play in real life. But it was. You can tell she's got talent, and I feel like she's just understanding that. Okay, despite him killing these 2 guys, it's resulted in this. My daughter's playing a cello. She's clearly talented. Because I think that's the point where she realizes she truly appreciates her daughter's talent, because I don't think they heard her playing the cello that well throughout the film. So I felt like she just come to like a sense of like appreciation, and yeah, she's complicit
Appreciating to the husband,
for the
or
whole
just in general.
situation. No, for the whole situation, because now she's got the house back. She doesn't have to work. She
But
can hear.
how did you feel about the whole like kind of ending? Like, did you see the difference?
I did.
Yeah.
Or in the
So what I know is we started where we ended,
Mm,
but the change was so drastic.
mm.
Even with the weather, they did that on purpose, probably.
Was what they call it in English?
Prophetic
Prophetic
fallacy.
Yeah,
fallacy.
that's fine. That was bro. I used to write that. Like,
Bro, I do all the time.
used to be my bag, bro.
Mm. But yeah, like the whole scene was dark. For me, I feel like the cello playing it kind of represents just a change. Like the sun has changed now. The mom has obviously changed. She
Mm,
knows her husband has done all this. Even her husband, he's been through all of this just to get like get stability to a sense, which is not even guaranteed. Just to get his job back,
yeah,
he had to do all this. He pretty much ruined his life, his son's life, his wife's life, everyone, just to get his job back. So I feel like that last scene and with the cello playing as well, I think it's just all to represent the like drastic change from
yeah.
where we started.
Exactly, because I was watching even a podcast today and I wrote it down. They were talking about the myth. It's like some Greek god thing again, like mythology or whatever.
Mm,
It was talking about the myth of Oedipus, yeah. Is how like someone kind of runs away from their fate and they end up fulfilling that same fate. And I feel like that's
mm,
exactly what happened, but he was scared that he's gonna lose everything. And in the ending, we see that he didn't lose everything, but he really, if you look deep inside, everything changed. Like from if you compare the first, like I already said, the first scene to the very last scene, the house is dark. Everything is dark. Nothing is being taken care of. Like even the whole like front garden and the porch, everything. Like
mm,
it's just mess everywhere. And what was it as well? Like throughout the whole movie, we saw like the light was on him the whole time, like when he was in the interview and everything like that. And
mm,
then we saw that after he killed the final person and then he was hugging his wife, we saw that the light is gone. Like you just see like a small little light in the back, and I feel like obviously that kind of represents that like the sparkle, the life in the house is gone. Like everything has
mm,
changed now, and the thing that he didn't want, the thing that he wanted to hold on to, he thinks that he still has it, but the whole dynamic of the family, I believe, is gone.
it's
Uh,
gone. But
the wife doesn't trust him because he lied the whole time, and even when they hugged as well, for like the 1 minute thing,
mm,
um, she wasn't feeling it at all. Like the way she got up after 60 seconds, she said 60, she got up straight away. Um, so yeah, like Josh said, like with the whole wife thing, I don't know. I feel like she's has to play into that role of the housewife and has to accept everything wrong that's gone on, which I didn't really like. I feel like you have one extreme for the man, but the woman kind of stays the same, and it's like just very. I don't know,
I think
what's the
she
word?
accepted it because of like what happened in the end. Like she saw what
Yeah,
happened
100%.
as a result.
But I just don't like the fact that she just accepted it, and we have to accept that she accepted it. Personally, I just think like he lied from from the very start, from the snake bite. That was like the first lie he took. He told, even when he was drinking at the bar as well, like all of that. And
No, I
she
didn't lie
had to
about
like,
that.
yeah, he said it was apple juice,
I put
Oh, that
and
part.
then yeah,
you know,
um,
what I thought this one was gonna be. I didn't think it would turn into a serial killer.
mm,
Really didn't, because it started off so kind of light-hearted, like, oh, this man has lost his job. There was some comedic elements as well,
yeah,
like of him begging, seeing his desperation. So I was just thinking maybe he'll figure something out. I sort of made the list. I was like, you don't have the heart to do this, Brody. Like, you're not like that. First guy drops.
No,
He
I didn't
takes
kill.
advantage.
Oh yeah.
Bro, then he kills the second guy. Oh, whoa. Okay, we're on that. Then the third one was extremely calculated. It's like it's done
yeah.
before. That was scary.
Funny
I'll be
because
real.
each kill, like the first one, he didn't kill, but he
Mm.
was like involved in it. But the second one he's killed the person. But the third one, I feel like is the darkest.
That one
Yeah.
is
That one, I
dark,
was
bro.
thinking, what's he doing when he started putting that stuff down the filter into his
Ah,
mouth, and then
it was
then I
nasty.
came to understanding. But, yeah, I was gonna ask, what did you guys think of the constant toothache that he had like throughout the film?
I got so
That's how I got
one
this.
of the one of the first, one of the first scenes, the therapy scene with all those guys in a circle, tapping their teeth,
Yeah,
saying like, "I'll be employed," something like that. I'll leave my family, all that. So I think they showed a few other people who had the same problem with their tooth
Mm.
in the exact same position, the same place they were tapping. So I think the toothache represents the burden they have of being unemployed.
And then
Then
he takes his tooth out when the burden's gone.
yeah.
then throughout the film, like you see he's in pain.
Mm.
After the final kill, he just rips it out.
Mm.
So it's like job's done. I'm
Mm.
gonna be employed now. This pain is gone.
Mm.
So I feel like that's what they did throughout the film to like make that represent his burden and his unemployment. So yeah.
And
Nah,
it's
he
funny
had
because
that. Sorry, he had that. He had that.
it's funny. I was gonna say it's funny because his wife gets a job as like a dental hygiene assistant, and
Mm.
I mean the guy that's kind of interested in his wife is actually a dentist. Like, he could have gone and sorted it out, but at that period of time, um, obviously probably didn't have money. He didn't want to deal with it, like the whole job situation. He didn't want to. He probably could have looked at other avenues. He did look at other avenues. He was working in that like a retail sign.
Yeah.
But yeah, he doesn't address the actual problem until the end. Like Larry said, when he used the pliers, that was actually disgusting. I don't know.
Mm.
It's
But
crazy.
that's what when we spoke about like capitalism, in a communist like society, these things would not even be a problem. Like if you lose your job, how do I say this? In in a communist society, there's no competition. There's safety, there's security in a communist society. The government has you, but in a capitalist one, everything is about competition. And I feel like that's what the movie is also trying to say. Like everything is about competition, and I feel like everyone needs to like know these kind of things because, like, at the end of the day, everyone calls themselves a liberal, but you're a liberal until you find out what a communist is. Because a liberal, do you know who is a liberal? Donald Trump's a liberal.
What?
He's a liberal. If you look, if no, I'm being deadly serious. You man, I study this shit. If you look up,
Mm.
if you look up what a liberal is, that's what America was founded on, and that's what Donald Trump stands for. Especially even today, it's even worse, like 10 times worse. It's all the same thing. Liberalism is just all the same thing.
Fairs.
America was founded on There's a Godfather. What's his name? Something Adam or something like that. I can't remember what his name is, but yeah, I say everyone's a liberal until they find out what a communist is. And in a communist system, the whole toothache wouldn't be a problem. Free healthcare, housing insurance. You wouldn't even if you lose your job, your house will be protected. Um, like freedom of association, your kids can do whatever they want. Like his daughter wouldn't lose any cello like lessons. Like there'll be avenues for these kind of things. So yeah, man, that's also one thing that I feel like maybe this
But
movie does well. It kind of like maybe opens doors for other solutions where people can think of other better societies. And yeah,
yeah,
that's it.
in reference to what you were saying,
Mm.
obviously competition is it happens, it's everywhere. But for me, I feel like competition is necessary in some aspect.
I was gonna say this to you.
Because think first of all, think about sports. That's the main thing.
Yeah, but that's sport. That's
Yeah,
the
I know what you're saying, but even in the work or social ladder,
mm,
people fight for titles like they earn that. So obviously, I understand what you're saying,
yeah.
but I think there's a right balance between things. like as you were saying with communism, if people were to lose their job, they have that safety net.
Mm.
I think that can also be applied to capitalism to, I don't know, just to make it more fair in a way. Just having the right balance.
There's no balance because there's at the end of the day,
I'm not.
yeah,
I'm
but
just speculating.
mm,
Like, if there was, that would be ideal. You know what I mean?
but there's no,
But there isn't. Yeah,
there
yeah.
isn't. This is
I
impossible.
understand. Yeah.
At the end of the day, everything is profit. And like I said,
But
even one day, God forbid, you man might lose your job and AI will replace you. And why do you think that's
mommy,
because of profit? The person higher above wants more profit, and why are they getting rid of workers? And I'll even get onto my whole point. The whole why I wish this movie was a little bit better. So I will be going
no,
really
you're good. Go on.
in South Korea, yeah, they have
Mhm.
the most like interesting like work kind of laws because like back in the day, even there's whole history about it. Basically, work is so important in South Korea. It's because back in the day, the country was mad poor and they needed someone came into power and then people were working about 80-hour weeks, 60-hour weeks, like crazy hours, and then obviously it drained the whole like everyone got mad tired. So one guy even like borderline committed suicide because of the whole thing. Like it was crazy. And then the law changed after he died. It was a protest. After he died, the whole country went into like protest and didn't work. And then again, profit. If you want change, cut off the profit, cut off the money. So then they they changed the laws, and then they said, "Oh, okay, now today it's hard for South Korean like managers or companies to fire people because of the past, pretty much. And now, how do I explain this? I need to keep going. Um, and now it's a lot harder for you to lose your job. If you lose your job and the reasoning is not good enough, you can sue the company and you can get your job back. One guy literally sexually assaulted about 12 people in the job, but because he was so good at his job, he sued the company that fired him, and he's now working with the people that he assaulted, which is even crazy. And I thought that this is where the movie was going, and I wish it went this
Mm.
where instead of him dealing with his competition, taking out his competition, I was assuming that he got fired. Because I remember like a couple months ago, I saw on TikTok like about the movie, like he goes on a killing and then just swiped off because I didn't want to know what really happened. And I just assumed that, oh, okay, maybe he's gonna fight the people above him. And I wish it went down that route because it would kind of like not wake up, but it would kind of like critique directly at people instead of the system, which is a lot harder to for people to like kind of understand. Even me, I still struggle understanding certain systems, but I kind of wish that it directly got at certain companies or companies or people like managers or profits and just anything like that. But yeah, that's the kind of way I wish it took, but unfortunately not.
I mean, that's fair, but I feel
Mm.
like that's brave.
Yeah, I
Very
feel,
brave to do.
It's honest though. That's what I
Yeah,
want.
it's honest, but it's brave.
Yeah.
I feel like it
It's like
just
Everyone.
making.
go on.
Yeah,
But
go. Yeah, go.
I was gonna say I feel like it just he. You're saying you feel like he should have gone to the higher ups
mm,
and gone like
he,
taken action against them.
yeah, like
I feel
you, because I remember I disagree with you. You were saying that he had a problem with the people that actually fired him, and I wish it actually went that way. But yeah, carry on. Sorry, I was explaining.
I feel like it just shows that he doesn't see that as the problem. I feel like he
Okay.
sees.
He's
I feel like he
misled.
feels like he's been working there 25 years. He is attached to
Yeah.
his job. I
Mm,
feel like he feels trapped. Like this is his calling. Like the
mm,
other guy, like the first guy he killed when he was talking
yeah.
about paper. All that's all I know. I feel like he wants that security so bad. If he goes for the
Yeah.
people above, what's that good? Like what's that really gonna do? If he goes for the
Mm,
people that are the same level or just a bit higher than him, like those two guys, they were the only two people that had like a slightly better CV than him. I feel like he is like associated with that. He needs that job, like he's almost a part of him. I feel like he needs that, like stability, which is why he takes out his guys instead of going for the higher ups, because ultimately, I don't think he sees them. Like that really, I don't think that would be his end goal. I feel like he just sees the people that are on the same level as him or just slightly better than him as the people to take up, because he just wants that stability in my eyes.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Hello, you got any questions?
Yeah, I got my question. So my question is, do you think this film accurately portrays the desperation of an unemployed family man? I could start. So I think I mentioned this earlier, how it kind of has aspects of realism, like with the desperation. Obviously, the killings is extreme, but I feel like it was done on purpose to show how desperate he truly was, just to be able to support his family. So like without his job, he can't be the family man. He can't provide for his family. His kids won't be able to do what they want to do. So in that sense, I would say the film kind of does a good job to portray the desperation that he has.
Yeah, I think it does, because he's like a victim to the whole capitalist society, but he's also being like complicit. He's also going through the killings, and I feel like when you're in that sort of situation, obviously like losing your job is quite common. You want to get a new job as soon as possible, which is what he planned on doing. I think he said like 3 months or whatever.
13.
Yeah, I mean, he said he wanted to be in a new job within 3 months, but then it ended up being 13. But yeah, I feel like it does show that the lengths that, well, not the lengths, the sort of like desperation he feels that he needs to get a new job, because ultimately he could have got a different job, but he felt trapped in that paper like sector society, that he needs to fulfill it. Same with the other guy, the first guy killed. Kind of same. I saw a lot of like similarities between him and his wife, and I forgot her name, but the woman that killed her husband at the start. I've seen that, yeah, and then he started using some of the phrases that he picked up from those two with his wife when he came back home, which I found quite funny.
Yeah, like he accused of when he accused her of cheating after seeing that his wife cheated.
Exactly.
Seeing that, yeah, that was weird. I didn't like that. I just didn't. I was like,
I was definitely jealous, man.
100%. Yeah, but it's just kind of like putting his own insecurities out there. Like he just kind of obviously it shows how vulnerable he is and how much of a mess like mentally he is, which I guess is what you're trying to say, that it does a good job of that. It's just if I agree with it, not really, but it is still I can still say that it did well in that aspect. But for me, I just needed a bit more poverty porn. Yeah. That's what you call it. That's what you call
To be fair, I hear it. I
it.
hear it. Because throughout the film, we didn't actually see them struggle in any sense. So there was a scene about them selling the house. Never sold it. Stayed in the house the entire time. The only quote unquote act of poverty was getting rid of the dogs. But that's not really
That's not
we
really.
didn't see them skipping meals.
Yeah.
We didn't. I mean, we saw the son stealing, but that felt kind of forced
Yeah.
because did you actually have to do that?
Mm.
So yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's like, if I feel like it would have been obviously it can't be justified, but maybe we would have understood more if we actually saw them down in the dumps, like they were really struggling. Then if he starts doing that, killing those people, you'd be like, oh, okay, he really had no other choice.
Yeah.
But throughout the film, it felt like he did.
Maybe that's what even the movie's just trying to say. Like he actually had hella choices.
Yeah, that's
Like
what I think as well.
even talking about it now kind of makes me think that. But yeah, because realistically, tennis, cello, and a car downgrade. At least you still have a car. You don't have like you know
That's
what I mean.
right.
And he was driving up mile. He was using mileage. The wife said, "Bro,
For 1,000 miles.
you're paying for petrol, like you know what I mean." So yeah, definitely.
No, yeah. I mean, that seemed comfy, I guess. I think
But that's
it was more so the mental aspect of losing
Yeah,
the
that's what I
job.
was saying. Yeah, that's what I think
yeah,
as well.
Mm,
Because on us, it looks like, oh, you have bare alternatives, but to him,
mm,
he's they're used to that lifestyle. Like,
mm,
mm,
they wanted the daughter to be independent. Ultimately, them losing the house. Ultimately, they said, if you lose the house, you're not gonna get. She can't play. The cello teacher was saying, oh, she needs a proper cello teacher, a professional one.
mm,
So they're probably just thinking of like the whole domino effect. If they lose the house, or no, because he's lost his job, they can't pay for cello lessons. That means the daughter's not going to be like independent in life. Obviously, it's a stretch. She obviously has other
yeah,
ways, but it's like a mental thing. It's a mindset thing. They're thinking like this is the only way that they have literally have no other choice. But they clearly do. But I just find commentary quite ironic or funny.
yeah. Because I went like because I kind of yeah definitely because every like everyone that was even he was competing with was also middle class.
mm.
Um, so yeah, I definitely feel like it has to be intentional that it wasn't like a working class kind of background because it kind of shows that even like these people are just as bad as the people higher above and they will do just as more even though they still have something to fall on. Like he still had a job after 13 months, but obviously he wasn't satisfied enough. There's like a level that he wants to reach, and yeah, um
And
it's mad, man.
the other guy was kind of not rubbing it in his face, but
Mm,
like he was turning up. He was late to pick up his daughter and wife. In that
mm,
the car's not bad, but in comparison to the other guy, I'm assuming the guy looks like he's probably well off. He's still got a job, and he's chatting with his missus, and
mm.
he's helping his daughter and his missus into the car. Like that's just rubbing it. That's literally just rubbing it in his face. Like, no, I
Oh
got to do
yeah.
something about this. I got to get another job. Um, Even when the rubbish was in the passenger seat, and then he was like, "I'll take it." Like that's just all that stuff's just getting rubbed in your face. He's probably thinking, "Nah, I've got to go to the extremes," and he ultimately does. So,
Yeah, I can't lie. That guy was taking a mick.
dancing
What?
with girls, or
No,
like
no, no. I think the worst part is holding his daughter. What?
what?
He was holding her like he raised her. Nick, bro, huh?
He had no other
Don't
choice,
do
man.
that. I think
Bro,
that's
he
the
had to
worst.
go actually.
Huh?
That dentist had to go as well. He didn't finish the job
Nah,
properly.
you should have cut
Should have been
him.
4 killings. Should have been 4.
Nah, you took a mick. Even with the dancing,
Yeah.
bro, like he showed her right in front of him. I think she looked at him, just kept dancing. That was peak, man. He was going through it right there as well.
And maybe that's what even drove him even more. It's like, bro, I can't lose this one.
Because imagine, you put yourself in issues. You got a wife, the colleague
Riding
from
out
work,
of a nice house.
colleague from
Right,
work.
everything was good.
Exactly.
Then all of a sudden,
What would
I'm
you
riding
do?
out, bro. I'm crashing out, bro. Everyone, have you ever seen that movie where Tupac was in the elevator with that guy? He shot the guy, bro, in front of everyone, bro. Somebody's dying, bro.
What?
My wife.
Oh, dude.
Yo, what Will Smith done? My wife. He my wife. Yeah, my
what?
bro. No, I'm crashing out. Somebody's dying tonight, bro. My wife. My wife.
in the house I pay for.
What about like favorite scenes or anything like visually like you enjoyed? I feel like there was one. I don't know. There was one shot that I really liked when the wife looked at the eviction, not eviction notice, the mortgage like notice thing. That was proper nice. Like that was like it kind of. I don't even have to. Maybe it was like a dolly shot or something like that. It was like a spinning, and then it went underneath the letter, and then it kind of showed her expression, and I was like kind of excited from that. And then they never done anything like that again, so I was quite upset about that. But that made me go oh, and then yeah, that was really nice to watch. But
Yeah,
there was a
I,
lot of
I
scenes.
agree. I think the camera work was very unique in
Mm,
this film. I saw a lot of shots that I don't normally see.
mm,
I'm not sure if I could think of an example, but there was a few times where normally in a scene you want the subject centered.
mm,
They'll have the subject off to the side, but it's focused on them. But then you're seeing the scenery in the background.
mm,
Mm.
That's such a weird shot, but yeah, there were a few like that. I quite like it. Yeah.
I liked the. I think it's kind of similar to what you said. There was a shot. I think there's a lot of the cinematography in this film as well. Is really good. Like there's a lot of.
Mm,
There was one shot. I think he was sneaking up on the first guy and see the guy sitting like in a stairwell, and like he's right
mm,
on the left, and you
mm.
can see both of them.
Yeah,
But the shot's
yeah.
really wide, borrowing,
mm,
and you can see him creeping. Then what I really liked about this film as well, there's a lot of shots where there's a lot of like reflections. So there was one shot where
Mm,
at the end of the film, when the wife that killed her husband, she's looking at the guns, and you can see the guns that she's looking at, but then you can also see her face in the
mm,
reflection. So you can see the guns and her face. And I
mm,
think this was done before when Mansu is like looking at the CVs, and then he picks up the two CVs that are like the highest like level CVs, and he puts them in the box. He covers the lid, and the lid is obviously the gun, like the fake gun that he's got. And
yeah.
then he covered the lid, and then you see his face, and you see like the gun on top. Obviously, the gun's on top of the two CVs that he's got. I don't.
Mm,
I'm just realizing that's probably like a foreboding that he's gonna kill those two.
yeah.
But yeah, you can see his
Symbolism.
face. You can see the gun on the box. It's kind of cool. I like the whole reflection theme. They had a lot of those type
Mm.
of shots that I really liked. Yeah, man.
You know, in that scene, the last scene with the woman,
Yeah.
uh, bro, it was so cool how like when they picked up the iPad, it's like they picked up the camera.
Mm.
Then they show it to her. The whole camera spins,
mm.
goes to her. Then you see her reflection. I think that's so cool.
Mm.
The way they did it, I feel like they were just trying stuff. They
Bro,
just with the cinematography. It was working because
bro.
a lot of the shots were really nice.
When I
Yeah,
see
that's
stuff
what I
like
mean.
that,
That's
I normally
yeah,
see
I
it.
always say that's what you expect from like Asian directors. Like they always like just down to do anything almost,
Mm.
Mm,
um, which is quite fun. Like no matter how bad the movie is, the cinematography will always, the color grading will always be good. Um,
mm,
I'll say like Rental Families was like a good example. It was just about a drama kind of comedy, and it was like, bro, it was like top tier cinematography. Probably all give it 10 cinematography, but writing will probably be like down to 7. But no matter what it is, the cinematography is always high, which I always quite enjoy. So,
Um, I have one question right at the end. I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know if you guys might understand, but when the detectives are talking to
Yeah,
Mansu, like his wife, it's like he's not even in the center. He's like more
yeah,
forward, and his wife's
mm,
right in the back. I don't know if you guys think of this. This means anything, but I don't know. It's just bugging me because it's not really like straightforward. It's not like normal.
mm,
Like if you're getting questioned, usually it's literally your face or the
mm.
detective, interviewee, detective. But then his wife is like he's like off center. She's like right in the back. I don't know if that means anything. Does it mean that she always knew what it was doing, or she found
Mm.
out she's just always in the background, or is she
I'm not
literally
too
in the
sure
background of the relationship? Like
because it happened twice. The
yeah.
first time she was
first
like,
time,
but the first time she was like kind of puked. Like she was kind of in the frame, but she was. I feel like only half of her body was kind of in it, and then the second one, like you could see the whole of her. So maybe me personally, I don't. Unless I know
I think
you.
it might represent her being an onlooker
Mm,
Look,
into
yeah,
the situation.
yeah,
So she has an idea of what's happening, but she doesn't actually know. She's not part of the conversation.
yeah,
mm,
So she doesn't actually know what's happening to these people or what Mansur's doing. Then another thing I noticed in the same scene, they're switching back and forth between them questioning the woman that shot her husband
yeah.
and them questioning Mansu.
Mm,
So in that sense, they're talking about the same thing.
mm,
mm,
But it's like they will switch to the lady that shot her husband, then they'll go to Mansu's wife.
mm,
So it's like she has an idea of the situation, but she doesn't actually know. She's just an onlooker.
mm.
But the people that are talking to the detective, they're involved. So that's what I think.
Let's get onto the ratings. So yeah, on
yes,
the film diaries, we don't really rate it. Have a standard rating. We have, is it six? I always forget.
yeah,
Six,
6.
six different categories. We'll read it out. Um,
So the categories we have that we rate them on is plot, character, acting, score, cinematography, and the casting. And we have an average, an individual average. Um, so yeah, the first one we will be rating is the plot of the film. Thoughts? What do you guys think about the whole plot?
I think I'll give the plot a seven. Um, just wasn't a big fan of it. It was just wasn't a big fan of it. I felt like it wasn't justifiable. I felt like even I, how do I explain this? I felt like the plot carried the characters, the carried the character instead of the character actually carrying the plot. I felt like it was like, oh yeah, of course he's just gonna do this, instead of actually knowing the character and be like, oh okay, I sympathize with this. Well, me personally,
Mm.
I sympathize with this character, so of course he's gonna do this. So yeah, that's kind of how I see it. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
I'll give the plot 9. I feel like I like the way I like the way they framed it um, as if he actually has no other choice, or he thinks that he has no other choice. Well, for us, or for us when we're looking at it, obviously he clearly does. But I like the way it's framed that he doesn't, and he's not like a victim. He's also like a victim and the like perpetrator doing the crimes. I like the fact that there's a bit of like room for like, to this for the audience to decide like if you agree, do you disagree? Is he a victim? Is he a perpetrator? But I like how there's like nuance between that. So I'll give it a 9.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give the plot an 8. I think it's a very unique film, and obviously films that are different from the rest are, in my eyes, they're just slightly better because the director's taking a risk, and for me, the risk kind of paid off.
Mm,
Yeah, I do like the overlying theme of, oh, this person has no other choice.
yeah,
Then how they kind of showed how like decisions of like high people higher up
Mm.
affects like a working normal man. So yeah, 8 out of 10.
next one is characters, thoughts and characters.
Um, might be low again. Um, Me personally, I couldn't really. I just didn't really care. I even forgot to say, like, I was actually quite bored watching the movie. I will say. Um,
That's what,
um, so I just felt like I couldn't really connect with the characters, and again, Mansu, I couldn't really like understand why you'd want to do this. Maybe the wife, even the wife, I didn't really enjoy the role she kind of took with it. Um, Even with the whole other relationship as well, I just wasn't a big fan of it. and the more I talk about it, the lower the ratings going. So
You're
I
tricky,
actually
man.
started off at a 7. I started off at a 7. I'm gonna give it a 5
It's
5.
plummeted to a 5 in the
Yeah.
space of 20
because I
seconds.
really didn't. I
What?
didn't resonate with any of the characters.
I'll give
Fair?
characters an
No,
8.
that's fair.
I give characters an
Yeah,
8.
but
I mean, I feel like I mean, I like how each character, like I think one of you guys said they changed. Each of them changed. Even the daughter, the son, the mother. I like the way she at first was kind of skeptical, then she realized what's going on. I like the way she was framed in that sense, and the main protagonist, Mang-soo. Like I said previously, like, he thinks like this is the only way. I love the way that was framed because in reality, that's probably how many people that are unemployed probably think. But I give 8 out of 10 for me.
I'll give characters standard 7.5. I don't really have a problem with any character. And for me, I like the way Mansoor is portrayed as like this desperate person throughout the film, even though he pushes past normal means to get himself a job. But I like what he represented throughout the film, which is just that desperation of someone who's recently unemployed. So yeah, 7.5.
Next one is acting. You think of the acting?
Give it like probably like a 7.5. Yeah, I didn't really see anything wrong. Didn't feel like blown away. Yeah, it's just alright. Nothing. Yeah, nothing crazy. Yeah.
I'm gonna be
Actually, not.
acting 8.5. I say the way the protagonist Mansu, I feel like he depicted like that the face of not face of unemployment, but that desperation. That desperation, I feel like he depicted that like brilliantly. I love the whole like metaphor of the toothache. I thought that was brilliant. And I feel like it's only him and his wife that I was really impressed with. And I feel like the wife's like cold, like demeanor at the end. I feel like she played that very well. So 8.5.
Facts.
Me personally, I gave it a 9. For me, from all the Korean like shows I've watched, I feel like the acting is always one of like the most standout things. So one scene that for me like brings it up quite a lot is the first kill. Well, he didn't really kill, but when the wife shot the husband, I feel like that scene, like you could feel that guy's emotion, even though he's drunk. You see all his emotion come out. Then Mansu's emotions start coming out because it's like he sees himself in this person.
Yeah.
So it's like they're talking, both talking to a mirror. And the way that scene was done was really good. Then even with the guy in the shoe store, like I started feeling bad for him. Even though like over his situation, because I'm thinking, oh man, he's gonna kill him. He's gonna have to. So I start feeling bad. So in that sense, I feel like the acting is good.
Bro, I feel like I'm actually went to 9 or 9.5 in fact. I might bump him out to a 9. I'm not gonna lie. The next one is score. Oh, I forgot to mention. But
Oh yeah.
Score.
I'm a bit of an edgy man. I enjoyed the score a lot. I actually enjoyed the score a lot. It was like, and it's actually the kind of music that I low key be listening to sometimes, like some like kind of funky or kind of rock. But it's like very indie at the same time. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was some very good scores, especially the ending with the cello as well. That was really poetic. It was very good. So I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
I'm gonna give score 9.5. One thing I really liked about the score, the ending, especially. It has happened multiple times, but the score becomes like we're hearing it in the film, but then it becomes part of the soundtrack. It keeps switching. And the first time we heard it was when the kill, the three of them are wrestling for that gun underneath. like the
Oh
drawer,
yeah.
and then it's that song that's playing. I remember she turned up the volume, and it becomes part of that soundtrack like we're hearing, but then it's obviously in the film as well. And it kept switching. So yeah, 9.5. Nah, 10, bro. I'm giving it 10, bro. 10. I'm giving it a 10. Nah, I'm giving it a 10.
No,
Bro.
fair.
Giving it a 10, bro.
I gave the school a 9 out of 10. Yeah, as Josh mentioned, they did that a few times where they blend the scenery into the actual score. So yeah, that's really good. I noticed a few times um they would just suddenly just cut off the music and go to like the next scene. Then for quite a lot of shots in the film, it was kind of like silent. Like especially when Mansoor was doing like his investigating, it would just be silent. So you're just hearing the scenery around him. So it's like you're feeling what he's feeling. So yeah, for me that ties into the score as well. So yeah,
Next
9 out of
one.
10.
Next one is cinematography. Optics, the visuals, the camera work, the way the camera moves.
I'll give it a 9. Is that fair, guys?
Bro.
I'll give it
Great.
a 9. I felt like when it's like when you can see what they're doing, that's what I enjoy. Um, like what's a good example? When the sun was shining, when like for example, when the sun kept shining on Mansu, and then by the end you can see that like there's only like a small, it's like almost a light at the tunnel kind of thing maybe, but like there's a small light behind him and it's not shining on him anymore, and the room is very dark, and yeah, just very much the contrast from the very start of the movie and the very end. And yeah, some of the wide shots were really fun as well. I like the chase in the forest when she was, yeah, when
I
she was
was, I
chasing
was just
that.
thinking of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a fun watch. It was nice to see. So yeah, give it a 9. 9.
I'll probably give it 10 again. Thought cinematography was brilliant. I love the range, I love the innovation and the shots that we're using. Like I don't really see that in like a lot of American films. Like this is something I just don't see. So whenever something's like creative, I really appreciate it. And yeah, lots of the shots where like one of the particular favourite of mine is when she was like shouting, running after him when she was chasing him with the gun. And he's getting to his car. You can just see her like running down the forest. But yeah, 10 out of 10 for me.
Yo, I would like to backpack. Adjust Josh's rating. I'll also give it a 10. As I mentioned before, very uniquely shot film. I felt like with the shots they gave us, it's like every scene was different. So it's not like they were rinsing a particular shot. They kind of had something new every single time. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. So yeah, 10.
The last one is casting. Thoughts on the cast?
Yeah, I don't. I'm obviously it's a different world for me. I don't know any of these. I don't know any of these people. But I do actually know quite a few Asian actors, but none of these ones. Only the ones that I've seen. Um, but yeah, good fits. Ain't got nothing against it. More times the characters I have a problem with, but I don't know. What do you rate casting for a cast that you don't know?
That's a good point.
Give it a bog standard. 7.5 is fair. All right.
Yeah, I'm giving it casting an 8. I think the only guy I know is the main guy. He was in the Squid Game.
Oh
But
yeah. Wait, who is
yeah,
he?
the
Who
guy with
was he?
the mask. Have
Uh,
you watched the recent season?
no.
Or he's the guy that wears the mask anyways, the black
Uh,
mask. Um, and I
Oh,
think
is it? Well, like the main guy.
literally the main guy that
Is it?
he reveals at the end of like first season. I think they reveal his face.
he looked familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were good. particularly found it funny that the daughter kept on repeating. That's the only thing she said. She kept on repeating everything. Like, I think the mum said or dad said, it was kind of funny, but 8 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I'll give it 7.5. Just standard rating. No problems with anyone. Like everyone did their job. Nothing like outstanding, but yeah, it was still good.
That's fair.
Well,
Don't get their ratings.
I'll put the ratings on screen, but I believe mine averages to like a 9. I think this should be on Oscars list, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, you got films like Sentimental Value on there for some reason. I'm joking.
So you think it's better than Sentimental Valley?
Huh?
You think it's better than Sentimental Valley?
Oh yeah, definitely. 100%.
Asian hype, man.
I think it's better than
Asian hype, you know.
Oh,
I also think it's better.
Most definitely better than Sentimental.
Is it better than Hamlet? Larry?
On par.
It's not better than Hamlet.
On par.
Oh, whoa.
It's on par. It's up there.
That is the beauty of it. Just remember that.
That's what you guys were saying last week, bruv. Not last week. What day was it? Yesterday, bruv. Yeah, that's been Kentish. Hopefully this episode drops out soon. Film club on Sunday. It's the fortnight of Sunday, whatever. So yeah, make sure you're there. Make sure you're there for the next movie. Don't know what the next movie is. Withering Shite or Primate.
Hey, this guy is actually
Actually, a banger.
So yeah,
that's gonna be the episode that makes us glow, man.
It might be. Actually, might be.
Imagine if I actually like it, bro. That's crazy.
That's what I'm thinking. You might even like it.
But yeah, we'll be back next week with another film diaries. We're not too sure what it'll be, but we'll be here next week. Subscribe. Make sure you're there, and we will be here. That's been Kentish, and bye.
Peace.
Oh, we didn't even say like, comment, subscribe. Like,
comment, subscribe, follow, all that.